What's going on YouTube? Achilles here, and today I put together an Abzan control deck, and this one's based around Yuna because we're playing a lot of enchantments. And if you don't know, Yuna says during your turn, Yuna and enchantment creatures you control have Trample, Lifelink, and Ward 2. At the beginning of your end step, return up to one target enchantment card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. So with this deck, we have a lot of ways to get enchantments in the graveyard to take advantage of Yuna's effect. We have stuff like the Overlord of the Balemurk that could mill, Esper Origins that could surveil, Bitter Triumph that could discard. So we have a lot of different ways to get enchantments in there. Plus, our opponent could just destroy any of our enchantments and we could just reuse them later in the game. Plus, we ramp up slightly with the Terminus of Return, summon Fenrir, as well as Overlord of the Hauntwoods, so we could play almost anything in our deck eventually, because this deck is meant to grind out the game, and I mean, you could technically win early if you have the right hand, but you are expected to be here for a long time until you could set up everything with Yuna, get out a powerful creature with a lot of value, and at the end of the day, you could just play a Yuna on turn 5, and then play any of these at the end of your turn, and that should be enough to close the game. Plus, it's really good with Virtue of Persistence with Yuna, because Virtue of Persistence could get out Yuna, and Yuna could get out Virtue of Persistence, so you really could drag out the game a lot longer. So let's get right into this list. We got 4 Seam Rip, 2 Get Lost, 2 Bitter Triumph, 1 the Terminus of Return, 4 Esper Origins, 1 Summon Fenrir, 1 Remarkable Readings, 1 Day of Judgment, 1 Buried in the Garden, 2 Ultima, 3 Overlord of the Balemurk, 4 Overlord of the Hauntwoods, 4 Yuna Hope of Spira, 1 Overlord of the Mistmoors, 1 Virtue of Persistence, 2 Summon Knights of Round, 2 Summon Bahamut, and for the lands we got 1 Adagia Windswept Bastion, 1 Plain, 1 Swamp, 2 Forest, 4 Godless Shrine, 2 Hushwood Verge, 4 Sandsteppe Citadel, 1 Fountainport, 4 Multiversal Passage, and 4 Starting Town. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. I'm on the road to 2,000 subscribers, so every bit will help. And if you're new here, just know I have new videos coming out every day, and if you want to become a member, you can get early access to videos. Let's get right into these games. Opponent's going first. I'm going to keep this. So it looks like they're going to be playing aggressive early on, so gotta answer everything accordingly. Oh man. We'll get that in the graveyard. This is a land. It's going to come in tap, though. That's the problem, though. So what do we do? Well, I don't want to risk not getting land, so let's do it like that. Okay, it looks like I'm going to end up seam ripping the Swordmaster. Putting a little pressure off of us. They could have a Shard Mage's Rescue, though, for all we know. And they do not. So we play the Citadel Omenpaths. And for next turn, I might end up going for the Summon Fenrir over the Overlord for the turn 3 play, just because it brings out a 3/2 body for us. Are you going to go and Seam Rip, Seam Rip? I sure do. Okay. So this will give us our 4th land, which will also set up for a lot of plays for next turn, either Esper Origins or Buried in the Garden, Overlord for the impending cost, the Mistmoors. So we have a lot of options. I guess it just depends on what they do next. And then if we could find that 5th land, then the Yuna is going to be alive and we'll gain a bunch of life back. So I'm not really worried until we see something that's just insane that'll put a bunch of pressure on us. Right now we're okay. That's fine. You know what? I think I'm going to go for the Esper Origins. It'll give us some life. We'll get to Surveil, and we'll, if it sticks, we could get that extra 2 mana, which would be nice. The Get Lost will be good as well. I'll keep that. Oh, wait a minute. It has to be a permanent. I forgot about that. Whoops. I totally forgot about the summons effect for a second. But either way, we would have had to, if we did the Surveil, it could have been a random card that wasn't a permanent anyway, so I'd rather just have the Get Lost guaranteed at the top of my deck just to reuse. Plus, with the extra 2 mana from the summon, it's just good, because we'll have that plus Buried in the Garden. So technically that's good, but at the same time we might want... Do we want to block? They're not going to attack with the Flowerfoot Swordmaster because it has Get Lost on it. Not Get Lost on it, Sheltered by Ghost under it, and they don't want to give me back my card. So we get the Get Lost that I wanted regardless, so I'm not really worried about the first ability of the summon. Because in this matchup, spot removal is really good. Okay, so we have 7 mana to use, guys. It's pretty good. So let's see. How about we do this? Target this land. You just gotta get rid of their board. Shard Mage's Rescue. What a play. Doing it now. They have something in their hand, I'm guessing. That is totally fine. What an interesting deck they're playing, I'll give them that. So either way, I'm going to block with our summon. Because it's going to get sacrificed anyway next turn. And we don't have any other creatures to really take advantage of that 3rd ability. We don't have any enchantments in our graveyard either. We only have 6 mana. So what is the move? Well, I think we just play this so we could get even more mana. Plus it's a 6/5. So it could go toe-to-toe with the Flowerfoot Swordmaster. Plus, we're pretty much just setting up for the Overlord of the Mistmoors for next turn as a creature. And we want our creatures to go to the graveyard so we can reuse them with Yuna. We can, oh my god, we have 4 Yunas now, guys. I think I play this as a creature, but at the same time, I'm curious to see how they go about this. Okay, that's what I thought they were going to do. So now we're going to play this as a creature. And now I think they're in trouble. Because next turn we're going to play the Yuna, and then we'll have lifelink on both our Overlords. And, I mean, you could argue I should have went for Yuna, and then gained the life with the Overlord, but I think this is better. That's an interesting play. Okay, so we have 8 mana. So if we could mill something good with this Overlord, the Yuna is gonna be alive, and we sure do. We get a another Overlord of the Balemurk in there. So we're gonna gain some life. And now, well, we could Seam Rip the next turn probably. Or you know what? We're gonna get rid of the Sheltered by Ghost. Get back our Overlord of the Mistmoors instead, which is a lot more powerful. Oh no! That is so funny. It's the Battle of the Seam Rips. But they can't really do much. That's crazy. How many Sheltered by Ghosts could a person have? Okay, let's try this again. Play this tapped. Now we'll get a... I think we'll get a Balemurk. And I'm going to add that to my hand actually. I might actually just cast it. Because we just ramp up so much that we can just play anything eventually, you know, so. Not too bad of a start. I think I'm going to prioritize Esper Origins over the Overlord right now. Okay, so we could just guarantee we're going to run into a bunch of lands this way. Which is definitely what we want to do, because once we have our lands set up, we can literally do so many different plays. But that's the first challenge. You want to just get all the different colors, have a bunch of lands, and then just throw out all these enchantments, win the game. Do it like this. All we need now is a Yuna, which we might find with the Overlord if we use the impending ability. At the same time, maybe going for the 5 mana version of it, which, I mean, it's the regular creature version, that would be the better play, but they're going for the swing. There's no way I can't. I'm not gonna not block it. I have to. Yeah, you know what? I think the Overlord makes sense as a creature. It could block the Hauntwoods, so here's the Yuna. We'll use that soon. They do have a Restless Cottage that they could use the mana for and get rid of our Overlord in our graveyard, which would be unfortunate. And they still technically could use it. But if they did do that, I could block it with the Overlord of the Balemurk. Yeah, we definitely will trade. So we have 7 mana. Adagia is really good in this in this matchup, but just in general. So I am going to keep that. And we already have... You know what? Do I keep this? No, I shouldn't do it. How am I going to do this? It's a good question. I feel like I should keep both these cards. So that's what I'm going to do. I feel like they have some kind of removal in their hand, so I don't know if I want to go for the Yuna. Instead, I think I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to throw them off completely, because they definitely have some kind of removal. They're just waiting to do something. By doing this, I could go for... I don't know, I just feel like it's just a more safe route to go. Because if, let's say we went for Yuna, they remove it, then we just end on the Hauntwoods, which isn't bad, but Doing it this way gives us more cards and still holds up Yuna for when we really need it, especially since we don't have a way to get it back right now. And like I said, this deck is made to grind the games. So we are here to play the long game at the end of the day. And it looks like their deck is too. It probably, I don't think, I mean, they could be playing Yuna, but probably not. They probably have something else they're trying to do. Either way, we play this Adagia, and once we meet the requirement on it to use that ability to copy target artifact or enchantments, then they'll get insane. Now they're going for the cottage. I love it. But I am definitely much so going to get rid of that cottage. Interesting choice. Okay, so now this is where I play the Yuna and feel safe because they don't have any mana to use anything to remove our creatures. Okay, so what are we getting? I think the Overlord of the Mistmoors produces the most value, so we go for that. They have a lot of choices, but good thing we have the Ultima in our hand on top of the Day of Judgment, so we have the board wipe regardless. Okay, so they choose Day of Judgment. Going for the swing. I'm gonna block it. Do we block it? Yeah, I'm not even gonna risk it. We have plenty of life, so I think it's fine. Interesting. So they did have something. I knew they had something. I just had to do it that way, I guess. Let's see. Alright, so we'll play Esper Origins. That's perfect. We'll keep the Yuna on top. Play Esper Origins once again. Add Yuna to hand, and we will use the Adagia halfway there to getting our copying ability, which would be very nice right now, but we gotta wait. But next turn we'll have the extra 2 mana if this stays on the board. And we could play the summon Bahamut. Or, I mean, if we just draw 1 more land, we could just cast it for 9. Because we have 8. I don't think that's the move yet. Maybe it is. Maybe we just go for Yuna. If they remove Yuna, I could just bring it back with Overlord to my hand. So, let's see how they respond to this. Gain some life. Get another unit in my hands. Go for Overlord of the Hauntwoods now. So I think they're in trouble from this point onward. Because we have plenty of stuff going on our board. And let's say they somehow removed everything. We still have the unit in our hands on top of everything else. Whoa. That's insane. But I'm going to get rid of that. And let's play the Virtue as well. This card will just sneak some wins in. Where is it? There it is. Oh my god, another one. That's crazy. As I say it, plays another one. Got both artworks now. Okay, so the only problem with this hand is we don't have any way to get anything in the graveyard for Yuna currently. Now we do. Esper Origins on curve. Can't go wrong with that. I mean, you can't go wrong with 2 lands. I'm gonna keep it. I think they're playing Azurius Control. I mean, I'm guaranteed to get this land to my hand by doing this, so I'm just gonna play it like this. I'm not gonna risk getting something worse, or not getting anything at all, I guess. I think we have to station this, though. Can't forget about that. Flip a coin. Oh my goodness. Relying on luck. But at the same time, you have to get lucky with what you draw with your deck. But at the same time, again, you have to be good at building and consistency. But there's also luck involved with, you know, drawing this and that. So, I mean, I don't know. I guess flipping the coin is a little ridiculous. Alright, so we got 6 mana. We're about to have 7. Do we want to have 7 right now? Yeah, if they have... I don't even know what they're playing, honestly. Let's go for another Esper Origins. Get that in there. I don't want to draw, or should I say, actually, it's just it's a free card. I'll take it. Because at the end of the day, if this becomes a grindy game, I could just cast Summon Knights around from my hand or something like that, so... In theory, that makes a lot of sense. Not bad at all. I don't want to add that to my hand. Just gonna keep it in there. Haha, not lucky today. Alright, so what is the move? Well, it's a good question. I could swing for 6. At the same time, I want to copy this creature as well. I want to see if they're going to do something. Yep, that's fair. And I'm happy I did it that way, because if I decided to copy the Overlord of the Balemurk, we would have lost that instead of a creature that would have been sacrificed on the 3rd effect, so it wouldn't have stayed on the board regardless. So next turn, if we decide to, we could copy the Balemurk. And we might as well take advantage of the fact that we stationed it all the way, because now we could make this grindy game of whatever they're playing. I think they're just playing a mill deck. That's what I think they're playing. Which makes me really want to resolve this Summon Knights around. It's really powerful. And hard to deal with. Let's see if they deal with the Yuna first. I could have went for the Adagia, but I want to set up like this, because once Yuna goes in the graveyard, then I could get it back with the copy of the Overlord. I definitely think a board wipe is coming. Probably Singularity Rupture. What are they playing? Split up? Yep. I knew it. Oh, would you look at that? Another Yuna. This time around, I want to do it like this. And you want to know what? I'm getting rid of your token. Might as well just do something. Give him one less mana to use next turn. It's not the best play in the world, obviously, but that's what I'm doing. Because what? Who knows what they're going to do next turn? As they get another one. Let's play the Yuna. Go for the swing. These are both good cards, but I could probably use the resources though. And take this to my hand. We have a lot of targets in there anyway. For Yuna. Alright, we'll play that tapped. Get the Summon Knights of Ramp as indestructible on it. And they definitely much so have a board wipe in their hand, but question is, what will they do after the board wipe? The Summon Knights around will stay, so... Well, now they're digging through their deck for something, so who knows what they're going to find. Interesting. So curious to see what they're going to do. Because, I don't know, just I have no idea what they're playing. I would assume they're just playing Singularity Rupture. They play Split Up instead. It's so strange. Untapped creatures. So how about I just draw a card then? Oh man, they just inevitable defeated the Summon Knights of Round. How dare they? Good thing I got another one. And, for good measure, get rid of that treasure token once again. So we go for the swing. Get Yuna to our hands. Go from there. Okay, so this is how we're going to do it. We're just going to end up playing the Yuna. Let's see how they respond now. Okay. I guess that's fine. So we could still technically do this. Get rid of that. Get rid of this. Just swing out with everyone. It's not enough to win though, but something. Go to 5. How dare they? Making life really hard for me to close this game. But I have a feeling they have another one of these in their hand. So let's just cast the Yuna. Watch, they're gonna do it again. Yep. That's so funny. Alright, that's fair. Let's play the Yuna. Give her Enchantments Trample. Go for the big swing. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. Tell me what you think of the deck in the comment section down below. Please like the video and subscribe if you have not already. And if you're new here, just know I have new videos coming out every day. I hope everyone has a great day. Take care.